Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hardware problems at the beginning stages. You can see it.
भाई बॉन्ड साइन कर लिया क्या तुम लोग?
नहीं भाई,
कल तक लास्ट डेट है क्या?
हाँ दे तो रहा है।
ये कहाँ पे शो कर रहा है कल लास्ट डेट है?
हाँ, मेल आया है ना, मेल।
यार मुझे तो मेल नहीं आया कल लास्ट डेट की।
चेक कर लेना, उसमें जो ISA का हुआ है ना, डैशबोर्ड पे भी दिख रहा है।
अच्छा,
ISA कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो छोड़ सकते हैं, ऐसा कुछ। हेलो,
यार डेट तो कहीं पे शो ही नहीं कर रहा
हेलो।
डैशबोर्ड पे। हेलो,
कॉल आया होगा ना न्यूटन स्कूल से। कॉल आया क्या?
फोन तो नहीं आया।
मैंने तो साइन कर दिया।
अच्छा, क्या सबमिट करना था? आधार कार्ड, पैन कार्ड और ये कॉलेज का ये DMC।
पैन कार्ड, आधार कार्ड, कॉलेज की, और
कॉलेज
एक
का DMC भी था क्या?
करना है लाइक अपने फैमिली मेंबर या फिर कोई भी दोस्त का ईमेल आईडी, मोबाइल नंबर। और ईमेल आईडी
फैमिली का
पे ना हाँ,
फैमिली का ईमेल आईडी क्यों मांग रहा है?
क्योंकि जो ISA है ना वो
विटनेस मांग रहे, विटनेस।
हाँ, तुम भी साइन करोगे और जो जिसका तुम नंबर दोगे वो भी साइन करेगा।
नॉमिनी नॉमिनी चाहिए उनको एक। हेलो, कह रहे अगर विटनेस में ईमेल आईडी गलत चली गई हो तो क्या बाद में सही हो?
Hi everyone, good evening.
गुड इवनिंग। गुड इवनिंग सर।
You guys, hi everyone, good evening. You've been muted. You can talk on chat. All right. Yes, Saurabh, we'll get to that. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment, guys. All right. Okay, I'm done. Thank you guys. Thank you for the wait. Shubham, no need to comment anyone else. Okay. He's asking a doubt. It's his time to ask a doubt. Yes, chef.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, chef, you are audible.
Sir, I have a doubt in function. Can I ask?
Yeah, tell me.
सर मुझे अभी तक क्लियर नहीं हुआ, जब हम रिटर्न 0 या रिटर्न 1 लिखते हैं उसका मतलब क्या होता है, कब लिखते हैं, कोई कंडीशन होती है?
अब now I lost you, Saurabh.
हेलो
You're very less audible, Shiv.
हेलो सर।
Yes.
हाँ सर, मैं कह रहा था जब हम फंक्शन में रिटर्न 0 या रिटर्न 1 लिखते हैं उसकी
Guys, is Shiv's voice being feeble or is it only me? He starts speaking loud, and now then his voice gets low.
सर am I audible right now?
Yes, you are audible, but your voice is very feeble. Can you speak a little louder?
सर ओके सर, आई हैव अ डाउट इन फंक्शन।
Better?
हम रिटर्न 0 या रिटर्न 1 कब यूज करते हैं, मतलब क्या क्राइटेरिया होता है जब रिटर्न 0 या रिटर्न 1 लिखते हैं?
Basically, you are returning an integer, right? So the return data type is integer.
ओके
So whenever you want an integer as an output, and possibly if you just want 0 or 1, so basically according to the logic, you return 0 or 1 whenever you want an integer output.
ओके
Basically,
सर।
this can serve as true or false as well.
अच्छा, 0 फॉर false and 1 for true.
वो आपकी मर्जी है, whatever convention you want to choose.
Okay, sir, one doubt in array, can I ask?
No, मैं तो मना कर दूंगा.
ठीक
पूछो.
है सर। सर जैसे मान लीजिए अगर हमने कोई स्ट्रिंग की एरे बनाई,
Okay.
उस स्ट्रिंग की एरे में सबसे ज्यादा लेंथ का कोई अगर वर्ड है तो उसको कैसे, उसके लिए क्या लॉजिक होगा?
आप डाउट पूछ रहे हो, मेरे से आंसर पूछ रहे हो.
नहीं सर, मतलब उस लॉजिक पूछना चाह रहा हूँ, क्या लॉजिक लगता है और कुछ नहीं।
तो शिव, ये तो लॉजिक हो गया ना, मेरे से आंसर पूछ रहे हो आप, मेरे से डाउट नहीं पूछ रहे. ठीक है. There's a difference in doubt, right? And logic.
ओके सर।
पहली बात, एक स्ट्रिंग की लेंथ कैसे निकालोगे? सिंपल सी चीज. एवरी बॉक्स हैज अ स्ट्रिंग विद यू. स्ट्रिंग की लेंथ कैसे निकालोगे?
सर क्या लूप लगा के कैरेक्टर फाइंड करेंगे कितने कैरेक्टर हैं?
करेक्ट. उसका एक मेथड भी होता है. चलो फॉर एग्जांपल द थिंग्स दैट यू नो राइट नाउ. चलो आप लूप लगा के वो कर लोगे तो आप मैक्सिमम स्ट्रिंग जिसमें मैक्सिमम कैरेक्टर है वो भी तो निकाल सकते हो. रिमेंबर, राइट नाउ वी फाउंड द मैक्सिमम नंबर. व्हाट वाज द लॉजिक फॉर दैट? Apply a
Yes, sir.
similar logic to that. Instead of using a number's value, compare the number of characters in a string.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Saurabh, you can raise your hand now. Saurabh, are you there? Saurabh, we are waiting for you. You can please raise your hand. It takes a lot of time. Saurabh, are you there? All right. Okay, guys, till Saurabh is available, what we do is, okay, now again, so guys, everyone understood arrays in the beginning. We did a little question on like how to move to like complete the array, scan the array, and moreover what we did is find the maximum number in the array, right? That's what we did right now. And I hope there is no doubt in that. Yes, Bharat.
सर मेरी फॉर लूप में एक को डाउट है, क्या विचार आपका अभी पूछूं मैं? सर हम नेस्टेड फॉर लूप कब यूज करना, कब जरूरी पड़ता है?
भरत, वो डाउट नहीं हो, जब वो क्वेश्चन आएगा आपको पता लग जाएगा. ठीक है.
सिंपली इसका जवाब देता नहीं रहता क्या?
देखो नेस्टेड फॉर लूप ये होता है. फॉर नाउ आई टेल यू कन्वेंशन. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू वांट टू iterate everything again and again for everything again for every single thing.
यस
समझ आएगा ना? जब
Yes.
कुछ प्रैक्टिकल आएगा तब बेटर समझ में आएगा.
ओके सर, ओके सर.
ओके, डोंट गो ऑन कन्वेंशंस की सबने नेस्टेड बोला वो कब यूज होगा. डोंट डू दैट. राइट नाउ आपको अभी तक नहीं इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ ना, तो देर नहीं यूज होगा अभी तक के लॉजिक पे. ठीक है. यस नदीम.
Sir, here is one error, but I can't find.
नो प्रॉब्लम नदीम.
सर सर मैं लिंक भेजूँ क्या सर आपको?
नदीम, do I ever cater to one-to-one doubts right now? Do I do that?
सर एक्चुअली सर कल वो मेंटर सेशन में कोई आया ही नहीं.
नदीम, आप मेरा क्वेश्चन सुन रहे हो जो मैंने आपसे पूछा? Do I cater one-to-one
हाँ,
coding doubts here in this class?
No sir.
So, is that a valid question to ask? अब तो हमारे बहुत सारे, this is the second week and we are ending the second week. आपको पता होना चाहिए, right? कौन सा क्वेश्चन कहाँ
Yes,
पूछा?
sir.
I would have done that. I would have done that. That's not a problem. But we are in an instructor session. Probably, guys, what I'll be doing is, see, I agree that sometimes the mentor session is missed out, sometimes the doubt session is missed out. So what I'll do is I'll arrange and I'll host a doubt session for you guys. Okay, no, not this week, but probably next week. All right. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, just give me a moment. Saurav, if you're there, you can raise your hand. All right, guys, still just I'll engage you for 2 minutes. Guys, everyone understood the logic. So Saurav, I'll come back to you again. Everyone understood the logic for maximum, finding the maximum number in the array. Taking the user input, finding the maximum number in the array. Right? Pretty simple. Now, guys, can you, I'll give you 10 minutes now. Okay, then we'll do the coding. But in those 10 minutes, can you write a program to find the minimum number in the array? Everyone? Just for a practice. Okay, because this is a very basic question. Okay, Peter, do not say that. Can you find the minimum number in the array, guys? Everyone, can you code for that? Till then, I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. All right, guys, make sure you are practicing this. Okay, all right, guys, take 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and guys, start sending your links. Okay, on the chat, 1-to-1. Send those links to me 1-to-1. All right. All right, guys, doing that. I hope everyone is doing that, guys. If I do expect no responses right now, that's fine. That's good to know. Guys, just for anyone who's just lying idle on the screen, guys, trust me. Peter, you're saying you don't know how to do it? Or you don't know how to like chat or parallelly code or something? Guys, just to let everyone know, थोड़ा philosophical बता दूं. Guys, you guys need, everyone needs a high paying job, right? I don't think anyone is going to disagree to that. Guys, this DSA, this coding is going to remain in your life forever, even if you get a job or not. Okay. And when you, for example, you want to switch the job or not, even if you want to go into other streams. Okay. So make sure that you are doing that. You can, Peter, you can reload and try opening Playground again. That's the best approach. Okay, and you, or you can update the previous link that I sent you in the last class. So guys, make sure that you are doing it properly whenever you're getting time. Rajneesh, do you want to get out of the class? Are you really interested? Ayush, same goes to you. You want to get out of the class, guys? So, what did you do wrong? Ayush, Rajneesh, what did you do wrong? Sorry, me. What did you do wrong, guys? Shivank, I'll get to you. Whatever is the case, what am I asking, Rajneesh? Guys, first of all, whatever is being asked, uska answer do na. Guys, did I tell you that I refrain from sending code on the chat? Did I tell you that or not? Ayush, Rajneesh. अब पहले हम पकड़ लेते हैं आयुष का कोड, ठीक है? अगर इतना ही है तो what we do is, Ayush, I know you might be knowing coding, okay? This is quite visible from the chat, but if you're sending from in the chat, do you agree that this is the thing, this is a line that everyone will not know? Can you explain it to everyone? Okay, I need you to raise your hand. You're going to explain this thing to everyone, okay? And did I ask you to write public class main always? Why are you writing this? Can you explain the class concept to the class, to the whole batch? Can you do that? And I asked everyone to write a public over here. Where is that? I know you know coding. This is not necessary. I know that you are correct. But where is it? Why have you not written that? Can you explain to the class? What does not writing it means? Can you explain these 3 pointers? You know, actually, it's going to take you around 8 to 10 hours to explain that to everyone. You know that? Rajneesh, now I'll come to your code. Okay. Same things in your code, Rajneesh. Same things. Same things. If you want to become hotshots of the class, guys, this is not going to work in front of me. All right. Again. Yes, Rajneesh, care to explain everyone?
मैं इंटेलिजेंट पे इसको रन किया ना, ये पैकेज है
Don't act like a kid in front of me. ये कोई रीजनिंग है? मैंने इंटेलिजेंट पे रन किया, मैंने मना किया हो ना ये करने से?
नहीं सर.
Shall I start using hype terms? मैं आप दोनों की अलग से क्लास ले लेता हूँ. And what I'll do is I'll use extreme advanced terms in front of you. आपको नहीं समझ आता, आप अपने आप देख लेना. बाकी सबकी मैं आराम से लेता रहूंगा.
नहीं सर, कोई बात नहीं. मैं बोला मैंने रन किया तो मैंने कहा
जो मर्जी मैंने मना किया हुआ ना. Why are you confusing everyone?
सर एक्चुअली मैं अभी जस्ट
Whatever is the reason, you know the rules of the class, right?
सर एक्चुअली मैं अभी जस्ट ज्वाइन किया. रूल
आप अभी ज्वाइन करो, आप मत ज्वाइन करो रजनीश. What am I telling you is that is the rule of the class that is being told to you in the first day itself.
Okay.
Guys, no code on the chat. No code on the chat. Everyone is thinking over here. Everyone is here to study. Everyone is here to grow. Sabko chance milna hai. A lot of guys are going to be sloppy and silly about it, and they are going to just copy paste your code. You know that? And they won't even know what are they going to suffer for. Okay, guys, I hope this is clear to everyone. No code on chat and the reason as well. All right, guys, it's 8 minutes past. It's 8 minutes past. Everyone, what's the progress? I have seen some links. That is fine. Looks good. 2 more minutes, everyone. Till then, guys, we'll be doing more of the array questions today. So this is just finding the minimum element is a warm up for you. Guys, I expect some responses now. It's 9 minutes. A lot of people should have done it. Adarsh, what's your progress? Saurabh, you can raise your hand. If you're done with the code, you can raise your hand. I'll cater to your doubts. The rest of the guys. Nadeem, what about you? All right, guys, we are done with the time. Guys, what's the problem? I see very few links as per 10 minutes. It should be done. I thought that you guys will be doing it in 5 minutes. Guys, what's the problem? Guys, can you please drop doing that? Can everyone please pause doing that? I know you might be coding, you would be very busy in that, but you need to drop it now. Guys, can you stop doing that? All right, guys. If there are no responses, I assume you have stopped doing that. Guys, can you please read this question now? Everyone. This is the question, guys. I'm sending the link of the question in the chat as well. This is with everyone, guys. Please read the question. 926. It's a little long question, but guys, a very simple question. All right. It's a very, very, very simple question. Now, what you need to do is you have 4 minutes. Just read the question. Go through the test cases, examples. What is the input and what is the output? Okay. Compare with your understanding and make sure your understanding is correct. And then we'll discuss the logic. Logic is pretty simple. And then we'll code. All right. Guys, are you audible? Am I audible? Okay, guys, please start doing this one. Saurabh, if you have a doubt, you can raise your hand. I can clear it in parallel. Yes, Saurabh, tell me your doubt.
सर एरे इनिशियलाइजेशन में सर जो आपने इंसर्ट एलिमेंट का नहीं समझा था मेरे को
Okay, you have a problem in inserting, right? Okay, just let everyone read this question and then before solving this one, I'll let you know. Okay. You can keep your hand raised, Saurabh. That's not a problem. Guys, read the question, everyone? Okay. Now let's get to the let's get to Saurabh's doubt first, and then we'll come to doubts of this question. All right? Because he has raised his hand since the beginning of the class. Okay, so Saurabh, this is the one. You can raise your hand, Saurabh, again. I'm so sorry, I've been keeping you to and fro. Yes, you can unmute yourself, Saurabh.
सर वो एलिमेंट ऐड वाला सर, क्योंकि आपने इनिशियलाइजेशन बताया था बट वो उसके आगे कंफ्यूजन हो गया था.
This one?
हाँ सर, वहाँ पे दिस वन या
Remember we used to do something like this? Adding an input to a user input. This takes the user input, right? Saurabh, again. You need to unmute, keep yourself unmuted, all right?
right sir, right.
We used to do it like this. This used to be the user input and this used to be get added to the y variable. Now here, you already have array of x. This is equivalent to a variable.
Yes sir.
So I'm assigning a user input to a variable, basically an array element. At which index? X index.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what we are doing right now. This is how the values get assigned to the array.
So sir, in that code you take user input, right?
Yep. This takes the user input, right? So it will take user input equivalent how many times? Equivalent to array length, right?
Yes sir.
And that is the number of indexes boxes available with us. So we take those many inputs and one by one keep on assigning to the array element as well. Clear, Saurabh?
Yes sir, clear.
All right. All right, guys. Coming back to the question again. Guys, doubts in the question? Any doubts in the question? No worries, Saurabh. Guys, any doubts in the question? Everyone. So guys, I hope that even if there would be any doubts, so if you would have read this example, if you would have read this question and read this example, you would have got to know that what's happening, right? Okay, so guys, shall we start coding? Shall we start coding this question? So this is not a functional problem, so we'll have to take the user input, right? So we'll have to take the user input, right? So first of all, what do we do? We take the user input for number of elements, right? Guys, we will do this question using functions, all right? Okay, this works up, right? And now we need to create an array of size n, just to take the value of each person. All right, so guys, this takes the user input, everyone. Guys, any doubts till now in this one? Any doubts here? This would be pretty clear. We have done it already. Guys, can I get a few more responses? We are a class of 90 people, and I think a lot of people are just sitting on the screen. No? Input 1 and then n number of inputs for the complete array, Saurabh. Right? Clear? Now guys, we just need a total donation, first of all. Total donation. And can we get a user function for this one? Get total donation. Isn't it? And obviously we need to pass the array to it, right? Obviously, to get the total donation, we need to pass the array. Because array is going to tell us about the total donation. So this is how you pass an array to the function. So guys, is everyone clear of the function definition? Do you see that? Public static, you always have to write it. Integer, because the total donation is going to be in integers. Right? And then this is the function name and this is the input to the function. Right, guys? Okay. Now simply we need a total donation variable here that is initially equal to 0. And then we have maximum till now, right? Because we need to have the maximum donation till now so that we can get the difference as well. And moreover, we can basically find the current donation to be made. Right, guys? Or we can have it as array of 0, both as array of 0 initially. Everyone? If we start the for loop from 1 till n, what is the current donation that has to be made? Or basically, let's mark it as current donation. Right? What is the current donation to be made? Maximum of either the current donation that is already there or the value at this particular index. That is the current donation that has to be made. No, that is a total donation, right, Rajneesh? What I mean is what is the current donation now? Current donation can change at every person. So that is a maximum of both. The current existing current donation versus the element at this particular element, right? So we can have either it will be current donation itself or array of I or array of X, sorry, right? Make sense? This will be the new current donation. Is that right? And now, how much it gets to the total donation now? What gets added to the total donation, guys? Total donation plus current donation, because we have to donate the current donation, right? And moreover, guys, do you see for every element we have to print out something? What we can do is we can start from 0 as well, guys. Let's start from 0 first of all. Okay. Now basically, what do we need to print? System.out.print the difference of the current donation and the person's value. Is that correct? This is what we have to print, guys. Okay. Rajneesh, from where did you not understand this one? Raise your hand, guys. I don't want you guys to be totally confused. Rajneesh, here, 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 here. Where?
फंक्शन में समझ नहीं आ रहा फंक्शन की बात क्या हो रहा है ये
तो
आप
मैंने
जो
रजनीश जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन टू यू, मैंने फंक्शन कितनी देर पहले लिखा था?
नहीं वो तो समझ में आ रहा फंक्शन के बाद जो आप लाइन नंबर 23 से लेकर यहाँ तक कर रहे हैं ये लूप तो ठीक है समझ में आ रहा बट इसके करंट डोनेशन मैक्सिमम निकाल
Guys, repeating everything. Guys, first of all, we need two things, right? First of all, we need a total donation, jitni donation total hui, whatever is the total donation going to be made. We need the total donation value, everyone. Basically, that will be stored in this variable. Okay, I'm maintaining a variable for that. In this one. Now, secondly, we need to maintain the current highest donation, whatever is the highest donation made till now.
फर्स्ट टाइम हाईएस्ट डोनेशन 0 से स्टार्ट होगा
जीरो से नहीं स्टार्ट होगा, मैंने उसको फर्स्ट एलिमेंट ले लिया.
हाँ वही 0 फर्स्ट एलिमेंट
Okay, guys, I hope this is clear. What is the meaning of these two variables? Now, guys, start running the loop. Now, at every person, the current donation can change, and that will the maximum of the current element and the current donation. दोनों में से जो maximum value होगी वही current donation बनेगी.
यस सर बट लेकिन ये तो पूरे एरे में मैक्सिमम चेक करेगा ना
पूरे एरे में क्यों करेगा? करंट एलिमेंट चेक कर रहा हूँ ना, ये करंट एलिमेंट देगा आपका.
ये मैक्सिमम आप चेक कर रहे हैं तो
This takes two numbers, Rajneesh. This takes two numbers and finds a maximum. Now, this is the current donation till now. This is the first element. This is the first element. The x basically the, you can say the index, right, on which we are currently, right? So it will get the maximum donation till now. And after that, we need to add the current donation that has to be the total donation. Rajneesh, can you please suggest everyone around you to be a little more silent, please?
Yes, sir. Can you say it again?
Can you ask people around you to be a little more silent?
Okay.
Okay. So this is the basically, if you have the current donation that has to be donated by the current person, right? You need to add it to the total donation. Obviously, that amount will be added to the total donation. Right, Rajneesh, you can say a yes or no. Now, After this one, do you see that we always have to print that the extra amount that the person will have to pay? So basically that is simply the current donation minus the value of the array, value of the person, right? So that's why we are printing this one. So guys, at the end of the loop, you will have the total donation, basically sum of all the donations, and basically you will have the printed values everywhere, right? For each person, what was the extra amount to be paid, right? Anoop, we did this thing yesterday. Simple, Anoop. How will you write a method to compare two numbers? If A is greater than B, return A, else return B. We did this kind of yesterday, right? Or you can say return B like this. This will be the function internally. All right. Now, someone asked, Ruby asked, why are we using minus? Ruby, you have 5 rupees and I ask you 10 rupees to be given as donation. What's the extra amount? 10 minus 5 only, right? So you'll be subtracting. You'll be subtracting that. Ruby, if we have read the question, we need to give the extra amount that has to be paid by every person. Ruby, I hope I was clear. Okay. Now, Nazish says 15th line. You don't understand this line, Nazish? We did it yesterday as well. This is just taking array input. Isn't it? I don't understand line number 21. This one, Peter, this is a method definition. We did study how to create method definition, right? You can raise your hand, Peter, and let me know what's your exact doubt. Nazish, you can too. Yes, Peter.
Sir, like I got till get total donation, but then why like int square bracket and ERR?
See, how will you get the total donation? From where are you getting the total donation from? How will you devise that? Basically, let's say you have a machine with you. Okay.
Okay.
You give it an basically the concept of machine needs to know the value of every person, right? Basically this one to calculate the
Yeah.
total donation, right?
Hmm.
So what is this set of values? This is an array only.
Yeah.
That is why that machine would be needing an array as an input.
So you just put ARR, right?
Yeah, this is being passed. This is the value, right? This is the value, and here it is the array. Basically, you need to write the data type and what kind of it is, right?
Okay. So
Just if
okay,
you're
okay, I
passing
got it, got it. Ha. I got it, sir. I got it.
if this is array, oh, and moreover, I did a little mistake. Array dot length. Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. Got it.
Clear?
Yeah, like in the previous function, we were sending like int a comma int b. So for array, it is like int bracket and then array.
Right. That's how you define. Right?
All right.
Okay. Nazish, I hope you are clear as well. Peter, I guess everyone is clear of the doubt. Yes, Yasmin. I was waiting for someone to put this thing up. I would have. Okay, but you did. Everyone said that they are clear of the question, right? I'm not refraining from making you tell about the question, but you said you understood it, right? So basically, even if I do it after that, that does not make sense. Correct me if I'm wrong. So after this for loop is done, we can go to the next line. Basically, simply just drop out of the next line. This is not println, this is just print. So we can go to the next line now. Yasmin, expecting a yes or no from you. Yes, Yasmin, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are right, no doubt. It's like even I understood the question also, but most of the student like even me also after when you started the coding, it was like unable to figure out the exact thing what is happening. But I have gone through the question, no doubt. बट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग लाइक अगर आप थोड़ा वो हमको थोड़ा समझाते ना, तो आप जो कोड कर रहे हैं ना उसका फ्लो समझ में आता थोड़ा बेटर वे में.
Okay.
That's only
Clear.
reason.
Yasmin, see, there are two things: making the question understand and explaining the code, right?
Yes sir.
So
Yes
you
sir.
have problem with code explanation, right?
Sir, like my issue is like वो जो लेफ्ट साइड में लिखा हुआ है ना, वो जो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है उस चीज को फिगर आउट करना कि कैसे काम कर रहा है.
Okay. Okay. ये basically आप कह रहे हो कि पहले हम logic discuss कर लें फिर करें code.
हाँ, yes sir, yes sir.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. We'll do that more.
Yes
I'll
sir,
even
thank
discuss
you.
its logic. I'll write the code. I'll show you what the code is doing. In parallel, I'll discuss the logic as well. All right.
Okay sir, thank you.
Now, guys, after this one, once this function is done, I can have the total donation. Basically, after this for loop, I'll have the total donation with me. It will be added everywhere. And simply I can print the total donation here. Right? Right? So this one should be working. So I'll just take an input. And I'll run it. Just check this output and check this output. Is the output correct? Let's take the second output, second one, and run it. Again, is it correct? Let's run the hidden test cases now. Ooh, we have a wrong answer. Why so? Okay, I'll discuss the logic with you first. Okay, what's being done here? Okay, let's say these are the people. All right. I'll discuss the logic with you, what's being done. Now, guys, basically the first till here, the people have to donate 1 rupee. Till here, people have to donate 2, then 3, then 2, again, then 3. This person will have to donate 3. First of all, just letting you know the crux of the problem. This one has to donate 3. So what is the extra amount of money it requires to give? 1. Correct. And now this person has to donate. No, it has to donate 4. It has a value. Yeah, you're correct. 3 or more. But we are going towards the value, so it has to donate more. So what is the extra amount it has to pay? 0. And what is the extra amount that this one has to pay? Similarly, 1. This has to pay 0. And so on, right? And eventually this one will have to pay again 1, right? So I guess everyone knows how the donation model is going on. So guys, what am I doing right now is, basically, do you see that the total donation, first of all, the total donation is the sum of the current donations to be made, right? Total donation is the sum of current donations to be made, right? Now, Nazish, I prefer that you raise a hand, okay? Because I've been asking you to raise a hand and you're not doing that. So guys, obviously the total donation, what is the total donation? How much amount everyone paid? And how much amount is everyone paid is the current donation at every person, right? This one paid 1. So the total donation is 1 right now. This one paid 2. So the current donation is 3. This one paid 3. So the current donation became 6, right? So that is actually the sum of current donations. Everyone. And in parallel, while we are traversing, guys, when I say traversing or iterating, this means visiting every element. All right. What does iterating or traversing means? Visiting every element. All right. Now, when I'm traversing this array, this particularly means I'll always have the current donation with me. Whatever this person needs to donate, I can figure it out. Guys, I can figure it out what the current person has to pay. Everyone? Now, when I know what the current person has to pay, I know how much amount will he pay, and I can add that amount to total donations. Basically, the sum that I'm calculating, I can add to that. And moreover, I can find this difference, how much amount the person has and how much he has to pay. So here will be the difference as well. Am I correct? All right. Guys, clear? So this is the logic that we are doing. I'll come to the code as well, and then I'll show you that that's what we are doing. But guys, tell me one thing. What would be the value of max? No, do not go to in this context of this question. What will be the value at the end of the current donation once we have traversed the complete array? What will be that value? Current donation, Rajneesh, sun lo. Rajneesh is always hyper in answering as soon as possible, and he does not listen to the question. Yasmin, yes, you are correct. That is 7. Guys, what are you doing? Maximum, the value of the current donation once we have iterated the complete array is basically the maximum value in the array, isn't it? Guys, it's the maximum value in the array. Right? Okay. Great. So just one FYI. Okay. Now, guys, do you see that this is a function? Now, what I've done is I've created a total donation variable with me. Right? Then I have a current donation. Initially, I made current donation equal to basically the first element. I can make it as 0 as well. Even that will work, right? Even that should work. Now, what I'm doing is I'm iterating over the complete array. I'm finding the current donation. What is the current donation? Maximum donation till now. And basically the current person that has to pay the maximum of both the values. Isn't it? Now, this current donation gets added to the total donation because obviously we are collecting everything. Isn't it? And similarly, we have to print the difference as well. So that comes out to be current donation minus the array element, right? So that's the same logic that we are doing here. That's the same logic. Now guys, any doubts in this one? We'll correct that test case as well. That's not a problem. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts in this one? Nazish, we are still waiting for you. What are you doing, man? Yes, Varad.
सर आपने यहाँ पर जो लिखा है करंट डोनेशन इक्वल टू मैथ डॉट मैक्स इन ब्रैकेट करंट डोनेशन कॉमा आरएक्स उसका मतलब क्या है?
It will find the maximum of two numbers, either this or this. Whatever is the maximum value will be returned. For example, if this is 1 and this is 2, what is the more value? Array of x will be the more value. So this one will have the maximum value of both. All right.
Okay, sir.
It is very clear from the name as well, right? Find the max, math.max. Yes, Sagar.
Yes, sir. In the line number 29, sir, you wrote max math dot max, and in curly braces you write current donation, comma array of the element x. Yes, and array of the element x is the input taker. That is the input given by the user, I think. Yes. So current donation denotes the maximum amount, I think.
Maximum donation till now.
Okay. And he compared the donation in between current donation and the array input.
Correct.
and in the line number 20, in the line number 31, you wrote system.out.print current donation minus array of the element x plus uh, double quotation. So why you wrote this?
See, when you're printing, right?
Yes.
When you're printing, you need to print the difference.
Yes.
And you need to have a space after that.
Okay.
So will this do the purpose?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Shubham, what kind of a question is that? You are just changing a variable name. Guys, are we clear with this one? Any doubts now? Guys, any doubts in here? Just need to check one more thing. Okay. Nazish, we are waiting for you. Where are you gone? Yeah, I'm just checking something. If they've maintained a full test case value or not. Okay. Now it worked. Guys, did you see that when we were marking it as integer, it was not working? Is that correct? Yasmin, I'll get to you. I'll get to you. Guys, do you see? You get to see? Guys, it was not working before. If I run the hidden test cases here, it's failing. It will be failing at one test case. It's failing at one test case. Right? But if I make some changes, if you see the changes that I'm making total donation as long. And right, these are the changes. I'll tell you the reason as well, guys. And if I submit it, it will work. It's working now. It's working now. Guys, yes, no. Yes, correct. Guys, the reason was, for example, imagine a test case where everyone has 1 lakh rupees of amount. Everyone has 1 lakh rupee of amount and there are 1 lakh people. So what will be the total donation? That will be 10 raised to 10, basically. What will be the total donation? 10 raised to 10. And remember, we did the maximum limit by integer. That was 10 raised to 9. So will that work? Peter, there are 1 lakh people and everyone donates 1 lakh rupees. What will be the total donation? That will be 10 raised to 10. So that exceeds the integer limit. Everyone. So when an integer limit is being exceeded, what data type should be used to handle the number? Long, correct. So that is why I converted total donation to a long data type, right? So that's why it worked out. All right. I hope everyone is clear. What was the code? What was the logic? How the code was written and how did we improve the test case? Yes, Deepak.
Sir, but similarly, it will fail the test cases for the small integer.
Why?
Long include small integer too.
Yeah, if you have small integers in, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, long takes care of that as well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just its range is bigger.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Clear, guys? Everyone? Nazeesh, थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ के आ रहा था, पूरा समझा रहा हूं तो ask your doubt ना. Guys, clear everyone? Any doubts now? Okay. Let's move to the next question, guys. Guys, this is kind of a logical question. All right. This is a very logical question. So guys, I am sending the link on the chat as well. I'm sending the link on the chat. All right. This is the link, guys, and the question is in front of you. Please read the question first. And this one is pretty simple question. By reading, not by attempting. I know you might be confused in these. What is this one? But guys, if you read the question clearly, you might get a hint of this one as well. Shiv, I'll do that. First of all, read this one. And I've sent that, Shiv, already. Guys, take 2-3 minutes, read it. If someone has read it and the person gets it completely, you can say a yes. Completely, everything, not even a single doubt. Okay, Yasmin said she understands this one. All right. Guys, clear? Everyone? Okay. All right. So my question with you, Yasmin, can you please raise your hand? My question with you is, did you understand this one as well?
Which one, sir?
Sample input and output?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you try explaining to the class what it is? What does a test case
Okay.
mean?
Okay. So in test case, means, can I
Yeah,
go
I'm so
to
sorry.
Hindi?
Yeah, you can. Yasmin, I'm so
Okay.
sorry to cut you. Guys, everyone listens to her. Okay. Yes, Yasmin, go on. Whatever language you feel comfortable in.
ओके सो पहला ये टेस्ट केस है. सो टेस्ट केस में हम लोग 3 इनपुट के लिए चेक करेंगे, क्योंकि पहला हमारा 3 ऑलरेडी सैंपल इनपुट में है. नेक्स्ट देयर इज n, मतलब कितना एरे लेना है. नेक्स्ट एरे इनपुट दिया हुआ है 14245. सो 14245 में फर्स्ट वी हैव टू चेक फॉर 3 मैक्सिमम नंबर्स एंड वी हैव टू प्रिंट दैट. Again we will take input for second one, that is n is 6 and array is 135798. उसमें से भी फिर से चेक करना है कि मैक्सिमम 3 नंबर्स कौन सा है, that is 987. So same goes with the third input also, sir.
Good one. Okay, thank you, Yasmin. Guys, anyone else? Guys, did everyone get this one? Yasmin, you can mute yourself. Thank you. Guys, anyone else having a doubt in test case? Did everyone get that? What is the meaning of test case? Guys, just give me a moment. I've got a very urgent call. All right. So guys, just telling you, Varad, you raised your hand. If you have a doubt, you can tell me again. So guys, one thing, guys, generally, for example, like you are on a weighing machine, okay? So you expect a weighing machine to weigh the one for one person, weigh the weight of one person only at once, right? Everyone, you expect a weighing machine to weigh the weight of one person at a time. Now, let's say, guys, can I get more responses, please? No. Now, guys, let's say you have to basically you are into manufacturing of a weighing machines. So generally, every product that goes out has to be tested, right? Every product that goes out has to be tested, right? Now the criteria for your testing is 3 people will test it. 3 people will test it. Now, tell me one thing. I'm giving you 2 options. Does this statement mean that 3 people will stand on the weighing machine at once? Or the second one, they'll stand one by one and check if their output is correct. It's the second one, right? Similarly, here's the case. Okay. Similarly, here's the case. You tell that how many times your logic needs to be tested. How many times your logic needs to be tested. Okay. Now, if you say 3, so 3 times your logic will be tested. Hence, 3 times inputs will be taken. So this is the first input, this is the second input, and this is the third input. This is the output of the first input, this is the output of the second input, this is the output of the third input. Make sense? Everyone got that? What is the meaning of test case? And every test case, this one input and one output is one test case. All right. Everyone. So Is the meaning of test cases clear, guys? Is the meaning of test cases clear? Any doubts in what is a test case? Anyone having any doubt in that? Guys, I'm explaining very slowly. Please raise your hand if there's a doubt. All right, great. That works out. Now, guys, when I say the test case, remember function problem, you don't have to take any input. Remember that? But in these kind of scenarios, guys, when you are given this, even this logic of maintaining test cases, that means taking input, giving output, again taking input, again giving output, again taking input, again giving output. That logic has to be handled by your code only. That means taking the input and writing the logic to give its output, plus doing the same thing 3 times or n number of times. All right, that has to be done by your code only. Everyone gets that? It's not going to happen automatically. You have to do it. Clear? Now, can anyone tell me what kind of thing can help us in repeating the same thing again and again? Basically repeat, take input, give output, take input, give output. Yes, absolutely. How function? Deepak, how will it function? A loop will help us to do the repeated things, right? So guys, everyone is clear? Everyone? Okay. Okay. Now, guys, before starting to code, we'll have a break for 10 minutes. All right. I know I've been busy, guys. There is someone ill in the family, so I'm getting a lot of calls today. Okay. So I'm so sorry for that. Okay. We have a doubt from Adarsh. So we'll have a 10 minutes break after Adarsh doubt. Yes, Adarsh.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन जो आप बता रहे थे ना अभी कि हमारे कोडिंग से कंट्रोल होता है वो सर पॉइंट समझ में नहीं आया मेरे को।
देखो, आपको टेस्ट का मतलब समझ में आया?
हाँ वो समझ में आ गया सर, क्योंकि पहले वो टेस्ट केसेस में हम लोग रिटर्न कराते थे पर
करेक्ट। अब देखो, आपको सेम चीज, ये लॉजिक, आपका लॉजिक तो सेम ही चलना चाहिए ना। ये इनपुट के लिए ये आउटपुट है, ये इनपुट के लिए ये आउटपुट है। बेसिकली आपने किया क्या? एक बार इनपुट लिया, आउटपुट दिया, इनपुट लिया, आउटपुट दिया, इनपुट लिया, आउटपुट दिया। दिस इज व्हाट यू डिड, राइट?
राइट।
That this logic, right now what you were doing, you were maintaining the logic in your code to take the input and giving an output, right?
Right.
Now you have to do the same thing 3 times or n number of times, right? Doing the same thing again and again. Logic for this, for taking 3 inputs and 3 outputs, has to be done by your code itself. It is not going to happen automatically. And how to do, what kind of helps us to do the same thing again and again?
Using loop.
Correct. We can use a loop. Basically, if it's 3 times, so we can have just a counter. We have to do it 3 times. 1 time done, do it 2 times more. Again done, do it once more. Right?
Right. Got it.
So we'll be doing this way. It will be more clear from the code. Frankly, it will be more clear from the code. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, instead of 10 minutes break, I'm giving you a 13-minute break. Okay. I'm giving you a 13-minute break, and we are going to meet back at 10:30. Okay. We are now include in this break. It is included. Everyone knows how to find the maximum value. Everyone knows how to find a maximum value in an array. You have to devise a logic to find the second highest and the third highest. Okay. Think about the logic. Okay. Everyone. All right, guys. See you soon, guys. See you soon. Nope, Rajneesh, you can't use sort method. You can't sort the numbers, guys. All right. See you soon, guys. All right, guys. Now, I hope everyone got the question, and now we are going to discuss the logic. So, guys, any inputs on how to find the second? Everyone knows how to find the maximum element, right? I guess it's pretty simple. We have done it multiple times. Now, how to find a second highest element now? Now, let's say you have the maximum element with you. Okay. Let's say you have the maximum element with you. Now, how to find the second highest element now? Okay. Let's, guys, Peter has some answer, I guess so. Yes, Peter. Guys, listen to him, please. Yes, Peter, tell me.
Yes, sir. So, like, remember, like last time we were like comparing each element with another element.
Correct.
Yeah. So we'll do the same thing, but then we'll create a an extra integer where we
Okay.
store the the smaller element. For example, let's assume that I start with 1 here.
Hmm.
So I'll store 1 on that element and I'll compare it with 3.
Okay.
Okay. So now what happens is 3 is greater, so 1 will be stored there.
Okay.
And then I follow with 3 and go to 5.
Okay.
Okay, so now 5 is greater than 3.
Hmm.
So I can store 3 on that element because 3 is greater than 1.
Okay.
So you follow this, in a loop like that.
But this way
So
you'll
what?
have to compare a lot of elements, right? 3 is greater than 1. But how do
Yeah.
you know that? But 1 is also smaller than 5, and basically 3 and 1 both are smaller than 5, right?
Yeah. Huh.
So here you're keeping the context for higher number, and here you're keeping a context for lower number, right? So
No,
you,
no, 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 not like that. Like remember, like in the last
let's
class,
do
we were
that.
like,
Let's perform your logic, all right?
okay.
Perform your logic.
So,
Let's have a variable.
let us take it as x. Okay, we'll take it as
Okay.
x.
X has
Okay.
one.
So, x is equal to 1, and we are starting with 1.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens is we are checking if the element what I am currently having is the biggest one.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's not biggest, what I'll do is I'll pass it to 1. I mean pass it to x, and I'll compare it to the previous value of x.
Wait. You have the biggest element with you?
Yeah.
So
No, I don't. Okay, okay. Yeah, max. We'll take it as max.
So you have 9 with you, all right?
Not 9, sir. Like remember, like we were checking each element one against the other.
I agree on that. Right now,
Okay.
Let me know how many variables you create and what are the initial values, all right?
Only
Not
2 variables, sir.
okay. And max, and that is
Yeah. And x, sir.
max and x. And what is the
Yeah.
initial
So
max?
the A0, I mean array 0 for both the
So
values.
that's one.
Okay. Yeah. So for both it will be array 0. Okay. Array of 0.
Makes sense.
Okay. And so what happens is I'll compare this with the next element.
Okay.
Okay. So what happens is now when I compare to the next element, if it is bigger than that, that will go to max.
Okay. So max will change and max will change to 3.
3. Okay. So what was the previous value of max? That will go to x.
What is the previous value of max will go to x. Okay. So that
X.
is 1 itself. Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, what will happen is you'll end up with the second highest number in in x,
Okay.
and the highest value in max.
Okay. That's fine.
That's it, right? So that's how you find the second highest
Correct.
number.
Good logic. Very good. And if we have to find the second highest and the third highest, you just introduce one more variable.
One more, yeah, exactly.
And
And
whenever
then repeat the process.
and whenever x will change, you will put the value to y, right?
Exactly, sir.
Okay, that makes sense, guys. I guess this was quite a simple logic that he introduced. You, Rajneesh, I told you you can't sort. Guys, everyone got the logic? Okay, so guys, everyone remembers the logic to find the maximum element? Peter, right now just forget what is sort. Guys, everyone knows. Yasmin, you remember how to sort, how to find the maximum element? Okay. Now what he said is, now Yasmin, do you see that the value of maximum element keeps on changing? It is possible that it will keep on changing again and again. Now, what Peter meant is whenever value of max is going to change. Whenever value of max is going to change. Oh, wait. Peter, we have a wrong logic. Yasmin, I'm holding up. Peter, the thing is here the maximum value is 1. Now it's 3. Now it's 5. Right? Now let's say we come here to the array is somewhat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 5. Now what will happen in your case? This will be the max element. Wait, yes, Peter.
Yeah, sure. But before you transfer, you need to, check whether that is greater than the current value of X.
That is greater than the current value of
Current
X.
value. Yeah, only if it's greater, then pass it. Else, keep the initial value of X what it had.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, then it's fine. So guys, okay, now then it's fine if you have to check it as well. Okay, now Yasmin, what he was trying to say is, see, whenever your max value is going to change, it can change throughout the program, throughout the iteration, right? Now, whenever it would change, it is possible that the number that was initially present in this max value was the second highest element, right? Because it was maximum till now, but right now we found another maximum element. That's why we replaced it. So the number that we found earlier is probably a second highest element, right? Yes. So that's how. So similarly, if we want to find the third highest element, it will keep the previous number of the second highest element. All right. You got his logic, Yasmin? Okay. Yasmin, can you please unmute yourself? Maybe discussion sorts it out. Okay. Okay. Yasmin, you got the logic. You got how he's finding the second highest element.
Okay, so he's keeping track of second highest in X variable, right?
First of all, what he's doing is he's just finding the maximum element like we used to do. Okay.
Okay.
Now, value of maximum element could change throughout the program.
No.
It could, right?
So
Why?
already we second highest we can get, but max will be 9 only, right?
Max will be 9, but you devise it throughout the run of the program, right?
Yes.
Basically, you calculate it, right? Through iterations. First it will be 1, then it will be 3, then it will be 5, then it will be 7, and so on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So max will be changing, right? So whenever max is changing, so whatever is the previous value of max could be a second highest value.
Yes, sir.
Right now it is 1. When you move to 3, so maximum becomes 3, but 1 could be a second highest value, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And similarly, moving for second and third highest. Basically, second highest is keeping the context for highest, and similarly, the third highest can keep a context for this one, right?
Yes,
Second
yes,
highest,
sir.
right? So
Yes, sir. Got it.
got it?
Yes.
This is the logic that
Yes,
is.
sir.
But Peter, tell me one thing. What will you do in this case? Will your logic work in this case? Yasmin, do you think that his logic is going to work here? Yes, Syed.
हेलो
Yes, Syed.
हाँ सर हमें एक्स के लिए भी चेक करना पड़ेगा ना ग्रेटर देन है कि या नहीं
हाँ वो तो चेक करना पड़ेगा. That is just an additional check. Okay.
Okay.
But core logic remains the same, right? But guys, Peter's logic is going to fail here in such scenario when you have decreasing numbers, right? So guys, we need to devise some other logic. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll tell you a very simple logic. There are more better logic than this as well, but because we are in very beginning classes, I'll tell you a very simple logic. Guys, everyone knows how to find the maximum element. I guess just finding the maximum element, everyone. And guys, can you parallelly find a maximum index of maximum element? Can we do that? Very simple, same logic, nothing changes. Guys, can everyone find this? These two values? Great. Now, guys, let's say your I'll just write it down. This is the one, right? And now your maximum element is 9 and the index is, or let's say maximum index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's it. This is the value. Now I'm going to find the second highest element. Now, guys, I simply iterate through the loop. Iterate through the array. Okay. Now I keep the process same as finding the maximum element, but just I do not have to consider this index. That is it. So it will give me the second highest element. That means excluding this number, find the highest. Peter, very simply, can I put a if condition on the index? If current index is equals to this one, then do not consider that number. Basically, continue. Can I do that? I'm not removing. Simple logic, guys. Right? Rajnish, clear? Yasmin, Rajnish, everyone. Clear? Nadeem? So Rajnish, hand raise karo na. What are you doing? Hand raise karo. What's your doubt in this one? Then I would have started coding. Then you would say, "Sir, मुझे तो वो नहीं समझ में आया." Tell
सर
me.
इसमें आप ये बोल रहे हैं कि मुझे पहले सॉर्टिंग क्या करना है, मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट फाइंड करना है, बट मुझे जो लास्ट एलिमेंट है, लास्ट इंडेक्स है लेंथ, उसको कंसीडर, उसको कंटिन्यू करना, स्किप करना.
When did I say last element? When did I say last element?
नो, लास्ट लेंथ.
Rajnish, I said maximum element का index exclude करना है. ये वाली.
हाँ, मैक्सिमम जो एलिमेंट होगा उसका जैसे लास्ट होगा वही उसको इस कंटिन्यू करना है, स्किप करना है.
क्यों होगा रजनीश? बहुत डिफरेंस है लास्ट एलिमेंट और मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट में. उसको लास्ट क्यों बोल रहे हो?
नो, मैक्सिमम मैक्स एलिमेंट. ओके सर, मैक्सिमम में इसको स्किप कर देना है यानी.
करेक्ट. अब नॉर्मली इस पे भी लूप लगाओगे तो आपके पास हमेशा करंट इंडेक्स होगा. सो यू कैन ऑलवेज चेक दैट इफ द करंट इंडेक्स इज दिस वन, do not include that number into check. That's it. It will give you the second highest number. रजनीश देखो, आपके पास 5 स्टूडेंट्स हैं, ठीक है? सब सारे स्टूडेंट ने मार्क्स स्कोर किए, राइट? अब हाईएस्ट फाइंड करना तो बहुत सिंपल है, वो आपको आता है, राइट?
यस सर.
ना आपको सेकंड हाईएस्ट फाइंड करना है, तो मैं क्या सिंपली ऐसा कर सकता हूँ कि मैं हाईएस्ट वाले को कहूँ कि तू कंपैरिजन से बाहर हो जा और फिर मैं बाकी 4 में से कंपेयर कर लूँ.
यस सर, बट हाईएस्ट तो फाइंड कर रहे हैं, बट लास्ट में अगर वो वहां तक नहीं जाएंगे, स्किप कर देंगे, तो कैसे कंपेयर करेगा?
बट इवन वहां तक नहीं जाएंगे, मैं बस मैक्सिमम वाले को कह रहा हूँ हट जा तू, गेट आउट ऑफ द
इंडेक्स ऑफ मैक्स एलिमेंट.
सॉरी,
इंडेक्स ऑफ मैक्स एलिमेंट जो आप बोल रहे हैं उसको कंटिन्यू कर देना है, तो ये फिर वो कंपेयर कैसे करें?
तो उस केस, बस उस पर्टिकुलर केस में नहीं कंपेयर करेंगे, बाकी सबके साथ कंपेयर करेंगे.
ओके,
राइट? इट विल एक्सक्लूड द हाईएस्ट एलिमेंट and find the maximum element, right? Guys, clear? Everyone? Simple logic, guys. This is not a very optimal logic. I agree on that. Okay. But up till now, it's fine. Okay. Probably once our logic gets more developed, we'll be doing more and more. All right, guys. Okay. So first of all, we need a scanner. Guys, I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Now, guys, I am also going to take the test cases in here. So first of all, I need the number of test cases as an input, like mentioned in the question. Right? Now, guys, let's say I have a function public static void print numbers, right? And I have to print from array. This is what I have to do. Basically, this function will do my functionality. All right. Guys, this will be my core logic. If you give it an array, it will print the first highest, second highest, and the third highest number. Okay, I am assuming that. Now I need to run this code 3 times, this function 3 times. Basically, take the input 3 times and run this function 3 times. That is what has to be done. So as I can simply use a while loop. So how many times will this while loop run? T times. And inside each while loop, I need to take the length of the array and the array as an input, right? Isn't it? Just like we did normally. So will it do my purpose, guys? And basically print numbers array. Like, let's assume this prints the highest, second highest, and the third highest number. Will this constitute to running the code once? Just what I'm highlighting. This will constitute to running one test case. Again, and this will run t times. If t's value is 3, this will run 3 times. If t's value is 10, this will run 10 times. That means I'll get 10 integer and 10 array inputs, 10 this and 10 numbers. Right? Everyone? So do you see how I'm managing how to run multiple test cases in one code? Do you see that? Guys, any doubts in this one first? Number of test cases, sorry, while क्यों लगाया, minus क्यों लगाया, ये क्यों किया, वो क्यों किया, anything, guys. Any doubts in this code? Okay. Himanshu, if I'm counting, if you are reverse counting, you have to decrease the count as well, right? T's value is 3. Then it will become 2. That means you have to run 2 times more, then 1 time more, then 0 times more. If you do not reduce T, this will be an infinite loop. Because T will always remain greater than 0. It is not going to change. We are reverse counting, right? We have to execute this equal to T times, right? Himanshu, I was clear. Okay. All right, guys. So guys, first of all, I'll be needing basically maximum index, or I can say second maximum index and third maximum index, right? These are the 3 things required, and I'll have my answers with me. And I'll have my answers with me, right? Okay. Now, so guys, first loop, finding the maximum number. Simple. I hope everyone knows that, how to do that. Now guys, instead of a number what I am having is a maximum index. All right. So how to access the number at maximum index? Like this. Array at maximum index is greater than like this. I can maintain an index instead of maintaining a highest number. I can have this way. Yes, others.
सर अभी जो आपने लाइन नंबर 27 लिखा, एरे मैक्स इंडेक्स ग्रेटर देन, सर यहाँ पर आप एरे जो एरे एक्स जो आपने लिखा हुआ है, यहाँ पर एरे डॉट लेंथ होना चाहिए ना सर, क्योंकि लेंथ से, यस सर,
यहाँ पे एरे डॉट लेंथ होना चाहिए।
यस सर, क्योंकि हम लोग
Why?
लेंथ से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं ना सर, क्योंकि इटरेशन तो हो रहा है ना लेंथ।
अदर्स यू हैव टू फाइंड द मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट, तो उसमें लेंथ से क्यों कंपेयर करोगे?
बट इटरेशन तो सर हर लेंथ पे होगा ना।
तो फिर मैंने देखो फॉर लूप में लिखा है ना लेंथ, ये देखो वो लेंथ टाइम्स चलेगा कंपैरिजन,
ठीक है,
बट यू हैव टू कंपेयर विद द वैल्यू राइट इन द अरे, you have to compare with the value, right? Why would you compare with the length? For example, there's a batch of 50 students, okay, and you have to find which student scored the highest. Will you compare students numbers with each other, or will you compare the number of students that are there? You'll compare their value, right? You won't compare the number of students, right?
number of values,
But you'll do that for n number of students, right? 50 students,
yeah,
right?
right.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the number of elements in the array, but I'm doing this, right?
Right.
Got it?
Got it.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yes, Varad.
सर आपने मैक्स मैक्स लिखा है लेकिन ऑपरेटर तो लेस देन यूज किया है,
हाँ
तो ऑपरेटर भी ग्रेटर देन चाहिए ना।
देखो मेरा जो मैक्स आई है मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट का इंडेक्स, ठीक है?
यस सर।
पहले मैं मैक्स एलिमेंट ले रहा था हर बारी, नाउ आई एम टेकिंग द मैक्स एलिमेंट्स इंडेक्स। सो इसको मैं इसमें मैं इंडेक्स कब चेंज करूंगा? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल टेल मी, मैं मैक्स एलिमेंट कब चेंज करता था? व्हेन माय मैक्स एलिमेंट यूज्ड टू बी लेस देन एनी वैल्यू इन द अरे।
और सर
When my max element used to be smaller than any value in the array, then I used to.
नो सर।
What do you mean? No, obviously then you'll do. Wait, I'll open that code. ये हमने कल अरे की क्लास की थी, हम मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट फाइंड कर रहे थे इसमें।
यस।
What were we doing here? Max element is less than any element in the array, तो आप max number को replace कर देते थे ना?
यस सर।
यही कर रहे थे?
यस सर।
So इधर बस मैं instead of using the number directly, I'm using the index.
यस।
Right?
यस सर।
Got it?
यस सर।
पक्का भरत? You don't sound confident. Yes? No? Get still confused?
If we use greater than operator, then what happens?
तो वो मिनिमम नंबर फाइंड करना शुरू कर देगा।
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
All right. So guys, this will help us to find the maximum element, maximum index. Now we can jump on finding the second one, second highest, and then the third highest. Everyone. So in this particular case, second should be this, and this one should be less than array of max as well. And moreover, it should not be equal to max of I. Is that correct? That should be the case. Or can we write it like this? थोड़ा simple कर देते हैं. If this is the case, continue. Can we do it like this? It will be a little simple. This can become equal as well. So if this is the case, then this is fine, right? Now as initially S max value is -1, right? So I can make this as X, right? We can move it this way. If X max does not have any value, so make it equal to X, else start the comparison, isn't it? So this will help us to find the second highest number. First of all, I'm skipping. If this is equal, then I'm skipping. Initially, Yasmin, what I've done is I've added the value as -1. Okay, -1 means that I'm not found the second highest yet. Okay, because they could clash, right? Max I could be 0 and second max could be 0 as well. So that'll be a problem, right? So I've initialized it as -1 that I've not found anything till now. If I've not found anything, so I can initialize it as X, right? Clear? Now, similarly, we can do for third highest. So if third is equal to this, or it is equals to second one, then we can continue. I'll give you time to process, Peter. I'll give you time. So guys, this one is clear, Peter. This one is clear. Okay, let's get back. I don't want to rush. Guys, start processing it. Okay. Now, initially I have marked the S max I as -1. What does that mean? That means it is not assigned yet. Why have I initialized this as -1? No value, correct. Okay. Why this I've assigned as -1 and not 0 in the beginning? Because it is possible that max I is also 0 and S max I is also 0. And our whole aim is to keep them different. So we'll defy the purpose. Right? So we will defy the purpose, right? So that is why I've kept it as -1. So once we know that these both are not the same, initially I've made the value as same as X only. Okay. Now, if this value is not -1, that means S max I was already present. So then I start comparing. What do? I compare the value of S max I with X, and it should be lesser than that of maximum value or equal to that. So obviously, even if there are repeated numbers in there, it will cater to that. And moreover, this will always be smaller than max of I. Clear, Peter, Rajneesh? Yes, Peter.
Sir, on the 43rd line, why do you need that and statement? It will still work without that, right?
No. Yes, it will. It will. The reason for that is because we have already skipped this one. It should work without this one. It should work. What will the case that is going to be missed? It will never be the maximum value on this. Yeah, this is fine. We can do it. Yeah, good one, Peter. Fine now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Because eventually we are finding the maximum and we'll always skip that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right? Okay, thank you, Peter. Yes, Rajneesh.
सर एक्चुअली आप ये जो कंपेयर कर रहे हैं सेकंड हाईएस्ट नंबर में यस मैक्स से कंपेयर करें यस मैक्स ऑफ आई मैक्स ऑफ आई की वैल्यू 0 फर्स्ट टाइम ना
-1 है इनिशियली
मैक्स आई पाई नो मैक्स ऑफ आई आप सेकंड में कंपेयर करें तो वहां वैल्यू 0 होगी कि ये प्रीवियस मैक्स की वैल्यू स्टोर होगी
किसकी इसमें एस मैक्स आई में या मैक्स ऑफ आई में
मैक्स आई में
मैक्स आई में उस वैल्यू वो एलिमेंट की इंडेक्स आएगा जिसकी हाईएस्ट वैल्यू है
मतलब समझ पाया
मैंने जब ये लॉजिक समझाया था आपको इसमें हाईएस्ट वैल्यू हाईएस्ट इंटीजर कौन सा है बिगेस्ट इंटीजर कौन सा है इसमें
बिगेस्ट इसमें 9 है
9 का इंडेक्स क्या है
4
तो इसमें 4 इसमें वैल्यू आएगी 4
यस सर
ठीक है, मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट का इंडेक्स आएगा इसमें। गॉट दैट नाउ?
यस सर, गॉट इट।
और बताओ, और क्या डाउट है इसमें?
अरे यही मुझे मुझे इसका समझ, मैक्स ऑफ आई जो वैल्यू है, फर्स्ट टाइम आपने इनिशियलाइज किया 0, तो यहाँ 0 से कंपेयर करेगा, किससे करेगा? बस
0 से नहीं, देखो मैंने पहले मैक्सिमम एलिमेंट फाइंड कर लिया ना,
तो
इसकी वैल्यू तो चेंज हो जाएगी।
ये यहाँ इसकी वैल्यू शोर होगी मैक्स ऑफ आई की, यहाँ आ जाएगी इसमें क्या सेकंड लूप में?
ऑब्वियसली क्यों नहीं आएगी, क्यों नहीं आएगी? देखो बाहर इनिशियलाइज्ड है ना, ये यहाँ तक तो आएगी, पूरे प्रोग्राम में रहेगी ये वैल्यू, राइट?
राइट,
You got this now?
यस सर।
Okay. Yes, Yasu.
Sir, same question. Like, why -1? You don't get it.
Okay. See again. I initialize max I as 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, but why I initialize this one as -1? -1 I'm just taking into context so that I know that right now I have not found any second maximum value. Okay. I'm not considering anything as second maximum value because, okay. Now, if you compare it with this logic, what it was, I'll always have a maximum value. There will be some value that is maximum, right?
Yes,
And it could
yes,
be the
sir.
first value as well, second value as well, third value, and so on. But if I
Yes, sir.
consider S max I as 0, this means that 0th index could be the maximum value, second maximum value.
If it is already maximum, then how it's possible it will be second maximum?
Exactly, exactly. So if I initialize it with 0, I won't be able to control that,
Oh, yes, sir.
right? I won't be able
Yes,
to
sir.
control that, right? So that is
Yes,
why
sir.
whenever I find the first index that is not equal to maximum of I and S max I was not set, I'm assigning it as that index.
Okay. So, sir, in another way also we can do now. Like, for the first for loop, we'll find the max value and the index of the max value. Second for loop, when when the x will move to the like, अगर सपोज लाइक हमको मैक्स इंडेक्स मिल गया है कि 4 है, वो नेक्स्ट फॉर लूप में जब वो 4 होगा, डायरेक्ट ब्रेक करके हम लोग नेक्स्ट इंडेक्स में मूव कर सकते हैं, वो चेक ना करके।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप ये देखो, उसके पीछे भी सेकंड मैक्सिमम वैल्यू हो सकती है, उसके आगे भी हो सकती है ना।
हाँ,
तो कहीं भी सेकंड हाईएस्ट वैल्यू तो कुछ भी कहीं भी हो सकती है ना। सो यू कांट अज्यूम कि वो आगे ही होगी और ब्रेक करके उसको आगे से कंपेयर कर लो बस।
सर वो तो पूरा ट्रेवर्स करना पड़ेगा ना पहले, पूरा एरे सेकंड
करेक्ट।
मैक्सिमम।
सो अब आप क्या सजेस्ट करोगे, क्या एक बार कैन यू रिपीट दैट व्हाट यू आर सेइंग?
ओके, सो लाइक सपोज x इज मूविंग फ्रॉम 0 to 5,
ओके
पर हमारा 4 में ऑलरेडी मैक्स निकल गया।
ओके
तो जब x इक्वल टू 4 होगा तब ब्रेक कर देंगे, वो चेक नहीं करेंगे, एल्स कंडीशन में रख देंगे कि वो नेक्स्ट में
फर्स्ट
चेक
ऑफ ऑल आप
करे।
ब्रेक नहीं करोगे, आप बस उसको स्किप करोगे, तो आप कंटिन्यू करोगे, राइट?
Oh, हाँ, कंटिन्यू, सॉरी
So
सर।
that is what I'm doing initially. If that element becomes the same, I'll continue.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that.
Yes.
Firstly, I'm checking if the values of both the indexes are same. If the current index that I'm getting is equal to the maximum index, is that same? And if that's the case, just continue.
Okay.
And if there is no value assigned to the S max I, so just simply assign it the value.
Okay.
Okay.
On
And then
next, check it
on the
out.
comparison logic.
Okay, sir, clear. Thank
Got
you, sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
The same thing that we discussed during the logic discussion, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, clear? Ruby, are you clear as
I
well?
was like confused with the naming. So naming are like
Yeah, I
little
know.
confused. Yeah.
Okay, what I meant by the naming, guys, everyone, maximum index, second maximum index, third maximum index. Okay, that is
Yes.
why I mentioned the S and T. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Ruby, I guess that answers your question as well. Yes, Syed.
हेलो सर।
Yes, Syed.
हाँ, वो पहली बार यस मैक्स -1 होगा, राइट? फर्स्ट टाइम फॉर लूप के लिए। फिर जब हम एज्यूम करते हैं कि मैक्स इंडेक्स, हमारा फर्स्ट वाला मैक्स इंडेक्स 0 आएगा, एज्यूम करते हैं, तो फिर वो केस फेल होगी ना?
केस फेल नहीं होगा, तो वो स्किप कर देगा उसको।
कैसे करेगा, क्योंकि यस मैक्स हमारा -1 है
हाँ
स्टार्टिंग में, -1 इज इक्वल टू 0, वो तो नहीं होगा। तो फिर वो नीचे जाएगा और क्या करेगा कि यस मैक्स को x की वैल्यू दे देगा।
This should be the case, right? Instead of S max I should be X, right?
ओके सर।
That's fine.
हाँ यस यस यस।
That's fine, right? Okay.
ओके
Thank you.
सर, यस यस।
Thank you for the correction. Guys, you got his context, what he was trying to say. We have to compare the current index. We have to skip that. Okay. Guys, clear with this one? Guys, I just need 5 more minutes. Okay. Now, as we can perform a similar logic here in the third one. If it is equal to anyone, continue. And if it is not assigned earlier, assign it. And after this one, just this. Make sense? Make sense, guys? This is the same logic. Okay. And now we just need to print the numbers. And now we just print the numbers. This chatbot is coming in between. Ruby, this is the simplest logic. You can suggest the logic. You can suggest the logic. I'm just finding it one by one. I guess that's the simplest logic. If you have any other logic in mind, we can discuss that. That's not a problem. You have a logic with you, Ruby? Okay, so guys, are we getting the correct answer? Are we getting the correct answer here? Okay, Ruby, we can, yes, from loop. Okay, Ruby, we can discuss it tomorrow. That's fine. Guys, this is working. Let's run the hidden test cases. There is one test case, one kind of test case that could fail. Okay. Till then, I'll share you that link to the previous question. Array 1D, we did this one. Guys, this is one link. All right. And we got a memory limit. That is fine. Guys, this is not a problem here. This is just sometimes occurred right now. And this is the link to the second question. Fine. Guys, I'll get this one corrected. This one I'll get it. Sort of right now there is no logic. This is kind of a hard code. This is basically a very poor logic, I'll say. Okay. But just this one, so that we get a hinge of coding, we are just doing it for that purpose. Okay, this is not a logic. This is kind of a very step-by-step approach. All right. Guys, are we clear? I'll tell you about this one. Why are we getting this? Okay. This does not have anything to do with the logic, but with something else. Okay. All right, guys. Now see you on Monday. Okay. And we will discuss your logic on Monday only. Okay. That's fine. All right, guys. All right, guys. Good night. Ruby, next week probably. All right. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.